I just wonder if this is a moment where where Joe Biden, as the incoming president of the United States, says, you know what, and he could be strong. He could say, I disagree with what the president said. He has said that. I think it was wrong. I think it was inciting. I think it was horrible. He lists all the horribles out. But he said, but for the good of the country, we're not going to put the country through another impeachment, and we're certainly not going to put, since the president did receive 75 million votes, so half the country basically supports the president, we're not going to have what would become a sham impeachment. And it becomes a sham impeachment, not because they can't draft articles in the House and pass them, but he would not be able to defend himself adequately in time.
Yeah, it'd be a miscarriage of justice in the name of seeking justice, which is absolutely crazy. I think if Vice President Biden, the president-elect, does not come forward and step into this and show leadership and call off the other Democrats, I think it makes his promise of bringing healing and unity somewhat hollow.
The idea is, and Joe Biden really needs to step up right now as the president-elect, and no doubt the president who's going to be inaugurated on January 20th, and say, look, if we're talking about healing a divided nation, and it is a divided nation, folks, the president received a substantial number of votes. A lot of people don't see that and we have to look at his legacy, the tremendous things he has done in the Middle East, Jay, the tremendous things he has done for the economy, the judges that he has appointed, the conservative courts that he has created in the circuit courts of appeal and the district courts, the speed with which we were able to get a vaccine, all of these spearheaded by a man with foresight and vision and who has done a great deal. Do you really want to divide the nation in a last-ditch effort to repudiate him and to impeach him when you can't really even do it within a period to give him due process to complete his defense? Is that healing the nation? Is that dividing the Commonwealth? Is that rather uniting the Commonwealth or dividing it? I think that's wrong, and I think that we ought to put this behind us and move ahead with a new administration and a new look on what the United States has got to be, and going back and getting revenge, because that's what this would be by the Democrats on the president, is not the thing to do, regardless of what he may have said, regardless of what the natural and probable consequences of his acts may have been the other day. The idea is not to divide, but to heal and to unite. That's the important thing that we have got to do. An impeachment proceeding here at the 11th hour and the last days of the administration of President Trump will not do anything to heal and to bring together. It would be wrong, I would think.
Yeah, I think that, again, even if you are strongly believe that the president should be removed from office, even if you take all of that, I think that the 25th Amendment option, the cabinet, we just see more resignations. So the votes don't seem to be there now. So the vice president has put out it's basically been reported that he's not going there. It's not something he's interested in doing with this amount of days. And then so there's that option, and then there really doesn't seem like an option anymore. And then you look at the timeline on this. I just like, it doesn't really, again, whether you think it should happen or not, I think you have to look at the ramifications. What are the ramifications of doing this in the House and then not having enough time to even mount a defense and be acquitted or convicted? I mean, it's bizarre to say we're just going to let that hang over in someone, regardless of how strongly you may feel, if you feel like he should be impeached. So talking to both sides here, is that the kind of precedents? Do you want to set these precedents? We're talking about not setting precedents where a vice president tries to take away electoral votes. That would be bad to try, and we wouldn't want vice presidents picking who the next president is. So again, it's that same kind of thing to me. It's that he said Congress certified the results. A new administration is going to be inaugurated on January 20th.
Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation.
And that's a two-way street. in my view. That means that he has to do that and not stoke anything up. And the Democrats should be cognizant also of not stoking. It's kind of, Wes, what you were saying. Everybody needs to take it down a notch because we just went through a horrific 48 hours.